What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Here's the Scenario Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Feeney, being joined with me, as always,
Brendan Sagalow, as well as
Mike Cannon.
and this is a hypothetical-based podcast where we get you guys, the listeners, to send in questions, hypotheticals, what-ifs, and we answer them. And usually we answer them, I should say. A lot of times we start to answer them, get sidetracked for upwards of 20 minutes sometimes, and then we get back and immediately answer the question because it was very simple to begin with.
Instead of saying we answer them, we can say we build from them.
Yeah, we say them.
We
Yeah,
make
we
them
definitely-
If you want us to read a question out loud,
we will
do.
say your name. We guarantee
That's
we will
cool.
say your name, even if you don't want your name said.
Yeah.
which is why you should go to here'sthescenario.com to find out all the ways you can listen and consume us, and go to our Patreon, patreon.com/scenariopod. But we have a bunch of questions, so let's get into them. We got one from Josh Wallace. If you could never swear, no saying the bad words or even minor ones like darn or heck, what words would you use in place of swears to get your points across? Now, this is a dangerous thing to say first because we're under the 5-minute threshold.
But it's actually perfect.
that's the
Yeah,
game.
so this is actually the
Yeah.
time.
This is the game.
Yeah, so let's do that.
It's going to be a lot of going like, well, instead of saying, I would say Monkeys Fridays.
But the thing with the Monkeys Friday.
That's from Snakes on a Plane. If you watch the edited version, he goes, "I'm sick of all these Monday to Friday snakes on my some monkeys something plane." It's really funny. I wish I knew.
I know. I wish you just
Wish I
went with
knew
what
that
you said at first.
Anything. Yeah. You
Monkeys
changed
Fridays.
your Monkeys Fridays,
It
then you
is
said Mondays to Fridays.
Mondays.
I would assume it's the same if it's the same curse it's covering
No, it's
up.
different, which makes it hilarious. He comes up with two hilarious fucking things.
There's so many curves.
Oh no!
There's so many.
We
there's-
could edit that.
There's so many good like non-swears, that are out there that I feel like can be. It's just not.
Like what?
And you know what else is fun too? I mean, like we were talking about. I talked about this on Starkey, but like just saying calling people a herb is great.
Herb is
like there's a lot of
Jabroni.
those jabroni. There's like clown is always like
Bozo.
calling someone a clown. or
Bozo might be the
bozo.
most, but that's just calling somebody a name. In terms of like cursing, especially as an adjective or something
Yeah.
like to describe, the only way you can get that satisfaction out of the punctuation of it is to almost just like just
just
a
make a
noise.
sound. Yeah.
I feel like there's a way to do that where instead of saying a curse, you say you have to use a very rare word. Like you can't use a common like, oh, I saw this. If you were at a curse, but he'd be like, I saw this beautiful sunset. You have to say, instead of beautiful, the adjective needs to be a word that is so rarely used that people's ears perk up and go like, whoa. Is that
do you know it's a good
kind
one?
of word wordplay?
Chlamydia.
Chlamydia.
Yell
is
it. Chlamydia. Like that, just like there's so many bumps in it, like a camel's back. You really just take the ride and then end on a pretty satisfying note.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Do camels have multiple humps?
Two
Two at most, I think.
at
Two.
most. Maybe three.
Those got to be
Three.
Three is.
I've never
I would
seen
love
I
to
can't
see.
even picture two now. I'm just picturing the one.
I really just picture
that's the
one,
famous
yeah.
humps.
I don't
the
know.
two.
No.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I'm picturing the
Ew.
second one, which is
So
barely
gross.
Oh my
barely two
God.
humps.
It's
That's a
so
hump and a
weird,
half,
and
really.
That's a camel for a gay guy.
But that in the middle, it's like that's a seat.
Yeah. Twist and turn, my friend. We're
that-
going across the Sahara.
One spike.
Yeah, that's a seat. That's like,
I almost did.
You sit down on the camel. Ha!
All right, time to drill
does
the desert. What is in a camel's hump? What
Water.
is that? Water.
Water and
oh, they don't
mucus.
contain water. Never mind. That just says. But which is so crazy to me because I was just about to say, if there's really water in there, how the hell? Not only how the hell would the body know to like put it there and not absorb it into blood and skin like our water does?
Yeah,
You know?
but bodies are miraculous. They have a system that expresses why things go to whatever.
But now
That's so
check
true.
out what's the answer to that on Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yeah. How come if it is water or if it isn't water, when they sit on it, it doesn't like, you know what I mean?
not a
Like,
water bed?
Yeah, it's not like a water
But I
bed.
think there is an element
They can
to
drink
that.
of 32.
I think it's al dente. I don't think it's stiff.
I bet it's like that,
They can
that
drink-
stuff that's in your ear, the,
Wax?
no. Like this
Tissue? Cartilage.
cartilage.
Believe it.
Oh.
32 2 gallons of water in 15 minutes.
They can drink that?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Animals store fat in their
Yeah.
odd-looking protrusions. Okay, so it's just a fat deposit,
Well,
which is
that's
way grosser.
which is funny because they always said that camels can survive so long without water because they store the water in their humps, but really they're storing fat in there too. So it's the same technique. Someone just fucked up water versus
So do camels not
Fat.
get? Do camels never get hot or exhausted?
what?
Do camels never get hot or exhausted?
Sure they do. Especially if they can go. It looks like a week without drinking water and several months without eating. That is crazy.
That's crazy. They look like they're
Months.
always
That's
exhausted.
nuts.
They never look chipper.
It is funny that
Well, they're carrying 80 pounds of fat on their humps.
Yeah,
just on the
that's true.
humps, and then add the rest of their body.
yeah, well, they're not happy.
Do you think?
Gotta lose the
do you
weight.
think those humps act as a grabbing device when a male mounts?
I don't
Like,
know
do you
if that's
think
a
he
female.
wraps his hoof around each
I don't know
one?
the different. Look up the difference between a female camel and a male camel. This might be one of those things where
This is a camel cast.
That's welcome to Camel Cast.
there might only be male camels.
No.
Like there's only male bulls.
And what's the other? A llama?
Cow? Yeah,
female
llama.
llama?
Alpaca. Alpaca.
Maybe.
We're
feel like we would
alpacking
know that.
this.
Yeah,
Females
let's
on
really.
alpaca.
Females are barely smaller.
I can't believe we and not only is that animal we looked at a camel and went, that's a chair. that hump is
Well, we
going to be
sit
my
on-
chair and I'm going to ride that.
I was like, what do you mean? And then
we
you
don't
explained
look-
it, and now I'm on board.
Nobody rides like rhinos, you know what I mean?
Well,
we
we
just
can't.
went, oh, and that's a 2-person camel. You know
Well,
what
we
I
looked
mean?
at what we
They're
did.
an animal.
What we did is we looked at a camel and decided it was a pussy. And we were like, that thing is a bitch, and
That'll-
we're going to ride that around. We looked at a
Yeah.
rhino and we're like, clearly not.
It is hilarious that some animals will hop on and they'll be throwing us and
Yeah.
everything, but the camel's just like, yeah, I get that.
Some
These are
animals
chairs.
we decided were cars.
Yeah.
And others were like,
Well, yeah, that's where it all. It's them before machinery was invented. They were stronger than us, so we
Yeah.
could put stuff on their backs.
I mean, they're
donkeys,
basically-
horses. There's a ton of animals that they do that too.
I bet the humps feel like tits, like furry tits.
I bet they're like
bet they're
really
hard.
I bet they're hard.
I bet
to,
they're
like,
super
fake
hard
tits.
and gross.
and you can only sit on it for like 30 minutes, maybe tops. I bet it feels like exhausting.
Would you sit on the hump?
No, you're in between.
You're in between.
No, yeah,
between the
but
hump.
yeah, because then you.
Whoa,
Ew.
that's a high hump.
Because then your feet would be dangling
Yeah,
on the.
that's
You would
true.
be on the. You would have your
It's
feet.
a chair.
I know, but
What-
that's-
that is
no.
a chair.
Dude,
How
but-
do you not see?
How do you
chair?
not sit there?
The only way you could do it is sitting sideways. Because
No, you get
No.
no. You
if
go
you
in
sit,
through the
if you
thing.
no, yeah, but you're talking about sitting on top of it with your butt on top, is what you said. Which in which case you'd have your feet on their back, and that's just disrespectful.
No, yeah,
if you're gonna ride
Oh
the
no,
thing,
you gotta
get your shoes off.
You're in between, and your legs
Yeah,
go over the
this
side,
horse
and you
specifically,
hold the
too.
hump, and the back hump acts as a backrest.
It's
Right.
crazy. I
Yeah,
mean,
lower lumbar
I
support.
think the camel is the most perfect animal for what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, I'm a car that's going
it's
to
a
travel through the desert.
it's a mobile couch.
with a giraffe neck. by the way.
Yeah, it has a chair.
And that neck is nuts. No one talks about the
Yeah.
giraffe neck. How it just
Yeah.
it can go wherever it wants. It's like a serpent.
I do think this particular camel has cancer, like for sure.
That's pretty good.
Definitely in
weird.
that back hump.
There's just a lot of lumps.
So let's get to the next question before we get killed.
Yeah. What was that question specifically?
What curses
it couldn't.
do we use?
Did I make that?
Oh yeah. No, you did not.
Ben Kosolowski.
oh, that's gotta ask me.
Here's the scenario. If you can make any national holiday into a 3-day festival where you, your friends, and family would have the time off together, which holiday and why?
I know.
Any national holiday into a 3-day fest where you're...
I know you know.
I know.
I know yours.
It hit me because I bet you do, and
Christmas.
it's
time.
But they already do
definitely
that.
Christmas.
But they already do that.
A Christmas. Yeah, but
Not
it's
really.
Wait, but
People get off to Christmas Eve and the day after. Christmas.
No, they don't. I used to work on Christmas Eve. A lot of people work on Christmas Eve. It's dog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bad place
but
to work.
is
Yeah.
the question what you would make a week-long festival for this holiday?
3-day festival.
3-day festival for this holiday. Definitely Christmas. And
But it is
I know
already
where
a
I'm.
3-day holiday, I feel like.
No, but like a festival. I guess they do that, right? They throw like Christmas festivals.
It's the most major holiday
I
in the
want
world.
a Christmas-themed comedy festival.
Oh, now that is a crazy.
Oh my God.
Around Christmas.
You should do that.
Around Christmas.
Sagfest.
Call it Sagfest. I would love for it to have like a Christmas thing in the name.
Christ Fest. That'll get a lot of people there by mistake,
There
and
we
then once
go.
they're there,
We're calling it Christ Fest.
Noel Fest.
which I bet exists.
And
Look
then-
up Christ Fest. I guarantee that's already
Let's
a...
go.
Yeah,
if it does,
a
let's
bunch
go
of
and film
hardcore
it.
Christians come out, and then like Big J is like, "Do you like black dick?"
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
I would
If
love.
I'm married to it,
We all should like go to a conversion camp for like a week.
We should
just to
film
check
a
it out, film it, see what
camp
happens.
I think they're on to people like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ
Christ
Fest
Fest
is
by Live
absolutely
Nation.
real. Oh, no upcoming events. All right. Christ
That's
Fest.
very
It just says
Christ-like.
one upcoming event: the apocalypse.
3-day festival canon. What are you picking?
Halloween.
Halloween's cool.
I think Halloween would be pretty fun because then you could do a lot. Halloween is a short-lived thing, and it's almost like you or at least when I used to celebrate it in a fun way, you just black out, and then you're like done, but you're in a costume, and you're like, oh, what the fuck was that? Like,
Yeah.
so weird. It feels better to at least like do that for 2 days, and then you're like, all right, now I can like shake this costume off for the rest of the year and feel like I've gotten everything I want out of it.
Yeah, Halloween's great for that. You don't feel lost in it because Christmas is like a whole month. It's like it's like more than a month.
Yeah.
But even Christmas, like I will say that the week between Christmas and New Year could use some sprucing up. Like there could be some events.
It's a hangover. It's a hangover week.
Yeah, but I think it could
From the
be
hangover of
fun
Christmas.
I think it could be a fun week, and then I think the holiday should extend till you go back to work on the 5th.
Now,
Where would you do it? Where would you? Because that's a part of it too.
Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
The Middle East.
Yeah. No, actually, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. It's
that's where you
Christmas
do the
town.
holiday one?
Yeah, it's Christmas.
I mean Halloween one?
Oh no, I was talking about Christmas. I'm all for Brendan's idea now. I feel
You
like
want to be at Santa Fest?
I feel like
dude?
my idea. Everybody saw it.
Santa Fest.
Everyone saw my idea. They agreed with it. Easy. Let's put it on the shelf. Back to Christmas.
I would do it in Quebec City. I think that's a good because they have like a Christmas festival there.
Yeah.
So you just want to go to Quebec City and go to the already established festival?
Yeah. What a fucking idiot.
I know.
You run it-
And get all the money. I wanna be the Louis J. Gomez of Quebec City Fest or whatever.
I'm gonna go with 4th of July because I love the barbecue holiday. There's very few barbecue holidays. You get Memorial Day, Labor Day, and 4th of July, but neither of them feel as big. 4th of July, you're like, everyone's wearing red, white, or blue.
Yeah.
Everyone's drinking. It's usually nice and hot outside. It's just like, I would love for that to be like a nice, full, like a festival. Everyone feels like a little bit of nationalism, and then there's also just like
But that's also 3 days of tweets of people being like, America's not for everyone.
Yeah.
Independence for
well, that's
some.
why that's part of the festivals. Part of the festivals, there's no cell phone service.
You put them in little bags.
Yeah.
It's a yonder fest.
I will say this: you do have like a barbecue vibe to you so much that whenever I've been at a barbecue with you, it's just kind of good vibe.
You're a barbecue Bobby, for sure.
I'm a barbecue Bobby. Yeah.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah, now it is.
Yeah, yeah. I
You're a
like
barbecue Bobby.
I like grilling. I love grilling, and I love the and I
Chilling,
like
grilling?
like to host a party.
Yeah, you like seeing a guy wearing like blue sunglasses. You know what I mean? I feel
a
like you
BBQ.
own blue sunglasses.
A heartbreaking story about the sunglasses.
Oh,
Done?
I lost them.
Good.
I left them in.
Damn,
sucked.
I left.
you didn't like the
They're great.
sunglasses?
Everybody.
Why? I liked them.
Brendan just liked them because he could see his reflection.
That's
Yeah, I
exactly
was
why.
gonna
That's why Mike hated it.
I know.
Ben Kozlowski also says, here's a scenario. You can choose to be surrounded by a pleasant aroma forever. You sense it every waking moment and can detect it in your dreams. You can also opt out and live life normally as is. Is there one aroma you'd adore so much that you would take it to the grave? Mine is fresh-baked coffee cake. Very specific.
Oh, wow.
That sounds awesome.
But
That is a good one.
Yeah.
Now, I went through, just in reading this, my mind circled through.
Me too.
At first, I was like, what's a good scent that would relax you? So I thought of like eucalyptus, and I'm like, that's good. But then every waking moment, it's too much. It would make me nauseous after a while.
Yeah.
So then, once he said fresh baked coffee cake, I thought fresh brewed like good coffee. Like when you when you walk into a coffee shop and you have that coffee shop smell of baked goods and fresh brewed coffee. Maybe that is what I would take. Maybe I would take a coffee coffee shop vibe. That's what I would take.
But unfortunately, then you wouldn't get to really enjoy something you love enjoying, which is a fresh cup of coffee. Like you would, but it wouldn't add to the smell or the ambiance.
Yeah, it would just be.
Take it
It
away
would
a little.
nullify.
But luckily enough, the coffee is also its own experience. So maybe you lose the whole. That's the risk, is that you're losing that initial smell experience on the coffee. But coffee's awesome, so it's.
And it is
You
weird.
laughing at me makes me lose confidence in what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was so quick. Please don't laugh at me while I make
I look over.
I was just looking
Nothing
at Brendan
funnier than a slow smile is the funniest thing of someone just going, he has no idea.
I literally, in my head, I literally was thinking, look at Brendan trying to make a
Trying to
point.
make a point. Look at little Brendan trying to make a point over there. Good for you.
What would you do, Brendan?
Well, there is a lot of
Whopper.
No, I wouldn't want anything like that. I want something sweet, but maybe like a lady's perfume.
Well, that's what I was thinking of.
Hot. That gets so perfumey.
What's your my favorite? Because I was thinking the same thing, and it's something Nicole wore in high school. I think it's Victoria's Secret's Amber Romance.
I was gonna say Victoria's Secret's Pink Sugar.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Two skanks. But I remember, if I smell that, I'll get hard for a 15-year-old girl.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to avoid
clip
saying
it.
that.
Yeah, clip it and make it the highlight.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just walked through the Macy's the other day, and just going through that perfume section,
It's a lot.
It was like you smell it coming, and then when you get into like the eye of it, it's just everyone feels like they're high. Like, and the people that are working, they're just like not. They're all just having a conversation. They're not even reacting to it
Yeah.
anymore. It's like, you must be like, if I light a match in here, this whole place will blow up. Like, this is crazy.
Well, it would have to be like faint. Like we could control the level of the smell. You know what I mean? Like
That's what I was gonna say,
I
too.
can't have an overwhelming, freshly put on.
Yeah,
What?
What are you laughing at now?
I'm just laughing at Mike making a very unique point and Brendan going, that's what I was going to say. He's not parroting
I
fully. He's not
literally-
saying it.
I'm
He's
not
got to
fully-
have a switch on it.
I've
Brendan-
switched it off to
My point.
Brendan is the fattest pilot fish in all of the world.
I don't know why
was like that
fattest had to be there,
His
but
pilot fish are tiny.
That was that episode of The Office where Idris Elba was on it, and he goes, and Idris Elba's
Make
like,
me feel bad about my own joke.
hey man,
How dare you?
I don't even feel like this side of the podcast is on the same podcast.
I want to hear what you're saying.
I'm getting steamrolled
By
to
who?
you, him,
I haven't rolled.
the woman, all of them.
Yeah, Nicole's giggling over there over Feeney's
How are you,
words.
Nicole?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
How are we doing?
Is that what you're doing, a parroting thing?
No, I was gonna ask Nicole. How are we doing? You think?
So
Oh, good.
Let's
going well.
It's going well.
I don't feel like you mean it.
Nicole hates when I do that.
I
I
know.
put her on the pedestal for a second. She's like,
Pedestal is not the right word.
What's the word? I was looking
stand, really, is what you're doing.
for? Stand. Yeah.
So, next question, I guess. Trumbull. For all the remaining days, all your remaining days, you will either address all women as Tootsie or all men as Junior.
That's awesome.
If challenged, you
Hey, Junior.
must stick to your guns. Now, it's interesting because you'd think like Toots would be the way to say it. Tootsie is the movie, so you're like, I feel like that's a different.
Tootsie.
Hey,
Yeah,
Tootsie.
I feel like I've never heard a woman.
I would call
I've
man
never heard
Tootsie.
anybody call another human being Tootsie. I've heard Toots, like, hey, Toots, like to a woman.
Yeah.
Let's change it to Toots.
Let's turn it to Toots.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. Toots is instant. You're like Andrew Dice Clay. You're like, I think Junior, you could get away with it in an endearing way, except for the most, insecure of men, which is, a decent population of them.
And the largest usually.
Yeah, but then you're being funny. Like if I saw The Rock,
Tiny?
if I saw The Rock and you're like, "Hey, what's up, Junior?" Like that's funny because he could dominate me, and he knows he's not tiny. He doesn't have that, But I think actually calling someone like Kevin Hart Jr. that's when you get in the most trouble.
Do you think
short people?
Do you think if given if The Rock stood there with his arms at his side and you were given one punch to knock him out,
No.
you don't think you could knock him out?
No, I don't.
No, me neither.
Not in one shot. He would have to have, if he agreed to have his mouth slightly open, like this, and I could clap his teeth to a level
that doesn't help knock him out, though.
Yeah.
You just have to hit him in the right spot. I feel like.
That's why they wear the mouth guard, because the clicking of the teeth.
But what if he's just got a weak jaw? Like, what if he's just a bitch?
He doesn't. I've seen his jaw. It's very, very big.
Can we bring up The Rock's jaw?
It's
I would like to see it because
It's very.
in my head I'm picturing
On a
weak
camel's
jaw.
body.
Yeah, can you Photoshop two humps and they're both The Rock's,
Rock's
jaw?
head.
Let's see.
Camel Rock.
That's a hard jaw.
It's a crazy jaw.
But that doesn't
He's
mean.
mostly
I mean,
jaw.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's great. No, he has a good jaw, but that doesn't mean it's like it necessarily can take a punch. Like that's like genetics or something. That has nothing to do with structure.
I think it's both. I think you can't. I think if you are a person who
I have a good job
if you're
because you'll just miss it. It's not there.
yeah.
you just scrape the top and then fall over. I would go Junior because I think you could really get away with that. And also, like, there's ways, like Bobby calls every woman mama.
Yeah.
He calls every woman mama. After
Mama.
shows, he's like, "Hey, mama, how you doing?" And it's like, there are women who you're obviously a mother or of mother's age, but there's also, 26-year-olds that he'll say that to, and they kind of are like, "What?" But
I think
he
they
says
like it the most.
Yeah.
But he says it so endearingly that you don't take it as like, oh, he's calling you old or he's calling
Yeah.
you a mom. It's just what his thing is.
Yeah.
It's definitely all about how you say it, but there's going to be some people on both sides that are like offended by it some way. So it's like, who do you care about offending more? Like, I think I'd rather take Tootsie because
Toots,
you
yeah.
call the wrong guy, or Toots, you call the wrong guy Junior, and he's like, what? We're surrounded by crazy people that are like,
Well, I've done the research during this question in my head, and I'm gonna say the data is every 2 out of 10 men will be like, "What did you just call me?" Every 8 out of 10 women will go, "Did you just call me Toots?" Like the only group of women that will not correct or be like, "Don't call me that." Like there is such a small, maybe in like the 50s, that would
Yeah.
be fine. But now it's, Nicole, if someone's called you Toots, how many times could they call you that before you were like, "Yeah, by the way, that's over."
But it's just like, hey, Toots. She's like, don't call me that. It's like, I have to.
I have
Yeah.
to, a genie.
Yeah, I'm cursed.
Nicole,
I
how
wished
long-
a wish
how
on a
long-
genie, and it was like a monkey's paw situation, and now I'm cursed.
Toots.
Toots. Go make
She's
me a
just,
sandwich.
she's just shaking her head.
You
Well,
wouldn't-
I
you
think it's
wouldn't
about
like
how you say it. If you go,
Brendan would get away with Toots more than Junior.
I don't know, man. The,
looks like
the
a
tide
junior.
is turning.
He looked like a junior.
I put up.
Oh, weird. Has Rogan controversy opened your eyes?
It's spilled onto me. No, I put a video up on TikTok today, and it starts by me going like, "Who are these fucking skanks?" And I'm like, "Hey, man, I can get away with anything." And
No, you guys don't understand. I'm on drugs. Haha.
people on exactly, and the people on TikTok are like, "This is obnoxious." Like, oh man,
that tide is
tide's turning on old saggy
Oh,
balls.
it's great. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear.
Yeah,
Yeah. What took him so long?
I don't know.
This is like when they waited all that time to cancel Cosby.
He's gonna be caught in the ring.
So what are you two? Which one did you
What are we
pick?
talking about?
Toots?
Junior Toots.
Oh, I don't know. Toots seems pretty fun, and I feel like you could get away with saying it once to somebody, but then if you have to continuously say it, that's just like
You just seem like a piece of shit.
it's just grating, and yeah, they're gonna ask you to maybe not, and then you just still do. It's just you're just an
Then you're like a harassing.
Yeah.
There's a lot lot of Me Too's that come quickly for you on that. So
Junior is funny. I think
Junior's
Junior's
funny.
funnier where you're just like, hey,
Yeah.
dude,
Way funnier.
I wish we could go out right now and do like a man on the street thing where we just walk up to people and we're like, "What's up, Toots?"
Do we have cameras?
Yeah, we just take all of
Multiple.
these.
No, I have one in my bag.
We could do that, but then we'd be like, "What's up, Toots?" And they'd be like, "What?" And we'd be like, "How'd you feel about that?" And they're like,
Mad?
"I don't know what's going on.
Did
I
you
have
like
to go to
when
work."
I demeaned you?
Yeah.
From Chris Bickler, here's a scenario. The three of
Bicky.
you are out late drinking one night and get blackout drunk. You all wake up in a crack house surrounded by rats and human fecal matter. You all realize you're chained to a radiator with no escape in sight. Suddenly, Bobby Kelly's face appears on a TV screen in the corner of
I
the
want to
room.
play a game, dude.
He tells you that he has a surgically implanted.
Wanna play a game, dude?
Hey, mama, you want to play a game?
He tells you that he has a surgically implanted key to the padlock, chaining you guys to the radiator inside one of your ball sacks. There are no objects within reach, leaving you only your teeth as a tool to remove the key. Who does Bobby choose to implant the key in, and who has to use their teeth to rip open the other ball sack? So after this is just I have.
Oh my god.
Who's Bobby in this scenario? Oh, who is Bobby doing this to?
Yeah, who do we think Bobby would put the key in?
You, because you have the most to dig through, so it would be the toughest to find.
But he doesn't know that.
Yes, he does.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if we're all passed out, he's gonna be like,
No. He
balls.
could, but also ocularly.
What do you mean? Do you not get what I'm saying?
"Well, the keys are in the balls." That's what he said. It's not just in the
I
body.
thought it was
The
in
key-
your body.
No,
Inside
no,
your
no,
ball
no.
sack.
Balls.
It's in your ball
Oh.
sack.
But also, you tell people you have large balls.
I do have large balls.
So
True.
there is more to go around.
So I am agreeing with you that he would like be looking at our unconscious bodies and be like, "All right, well, I gotta fucking put it in this guy's balls."
Yeah, I think if there were other things in my ball sack, you'd be able to see it. Like, also, I
think
don't
you'd be
picture
able to-
Bobby being good at surgery, so I picture
See
like
it?
a terrible bloody,
Dude,
Yeah.
you ever like you
like
ever
a bloody open.
Unless
half.
he did that to all of us, just cut our ball, all of our balls.
Can I tell you a nightmare that you can do at home is you can grab your ball sack, like flatten it out, and then put a light through it.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah,
Light and
I've
just look
been
at
a
all the
teenager
weird
before.
stuff swimming around.
Swimming around. That's so funny. That is such a teenager thing.
I remember.
Don't
I
come
remember
after
my
me.
adolescence. I like how you were like, guys, get fucking ready for this.
Have you ever put a flashlight
Yeah.
by your hand?
I said ball.
I know. I think it'd also be I think I also hate this question because it's making me like have to move around, like fix my balls, make sure they're still there, you know?
So who is Bobby?
You have the
They're choosing
you have the
him.
chomper teeth. He'd just have you bite through.
Yeah,
it.
but you could chew angrier.
Yeah, but my teeth.
You're like,
I
"Arr,
have
you
I have
eat
chipped-
fast."
I have chipped teeth.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I would argue that you should do it because you eat the fastest of everyone, so there'd be less trauma for you. You're getting in quicker.
Your teeth look like the mouth teeth that go. Da, 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 da.
But these aren't sharp. They're like
They're
yeah.
fucking. They're
Perfect.
substantial.
Yeah, they're great. But
Yeah, I don't know.
Mike
listen,
would gnaw.
I am just. Why do we have teeth? It says we have to use
Yeah,
our teeth.
yeah. Only your teeth as a tool.
I'm just picturing Bobby coming out on that little unicycle or tricycle thing.
All the wheels
With
go
the-
every direction.
yeah.
Oh hey, dude.
Congratulations, dude. And then it falls and breaks it. Like,
Fuck, dude. My knee.
he's on his back. My fucking knee, dude.
He's on his back. Roll me over.
On his back like a turtle. His legs.
Yeah. Shit.
Dude. Can't get on my feet, dude.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm going because of the least amount of trauma. I'm picking you for the ball sack to chew through.
Me?
I'll do it. I'll do it right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's in there?
Yeah. I think
Promise?
you could. It's not. No, it's not right now. This is hypothetical. Question. He's coming at me. It's hypothetical. It's just a question. Man,
You know, it's not hypothetical.
our dates and the 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
Did you just try to IVP plug in the middle?
should've just
No,
did
it's
it.
not. Yeah.
I just did it.
dude.
I do it every
Wow,
time I
that
host.
was a blast from the past.
We do it every time, right?
Every time I
Starring
host.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Oh.
Brendan Fraser.
No, but the way you did it, you tried to seamlessly.
When I host, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
No, we'll pay attention every 3 episodes.
No.
We'll be at 58, and Brendan's like, fuck!
Yeah. Whoops.
Say where we are.
I don't have any road dates.
Yeah, that's why you try to bury the plugs.
Hey,
Here's
man.
the scenario.com. Go to patreon.com/scenariopod. We put up, I'm just going to say too much content up there. There's no way that half of you are even getting to it and seeing it. And you know what? Shame on you. So go do that. Sign up. Be a Patreon member, and or just tell some friends about this podcast. That'd also be great. You can watch on YouTube or anything like that. And you could also go to MikeFeeneyComedy.com for dates. We're all going to be on the Calta cruise, which will be in March.
Yeah.
We're trying to get Nicole there too.
Oh,
I was
nice.
talking to Bobby about it last night.
And we have the
Trying to get LB to sponsor the trip.
awesome. E-Mouse Theater that we're doing.
Yes.
Emmaus. I keep
Emmaus.
say E-Mouse forever.
Yeah.
Emmaus.
Theater, March 26th, and that's going to be great. Tickets are already on sale for that right now. And go watch my special, Rage Against the Routine, and twitch.tv/NYFreshmaker, playing video games all the time. Very fun.
Hell yeah. Twitch.tv/sags to riches. Follow me Instagram.
Follow me Twitter.
Follow me Twitter. Fucking. What are you laughing at, dude?
Nothing.
April 1st. New. What is it? Fool's Day. Fool's Day. Don't say anything yet. Fool's Day, April Fool's Day. I'll be at Nick's in Boston. Please come out to that. Please support me with everything. And also...
With everything.
Yeah, and just subscribe to
Please.
the Twitch, baby. We're
Hold me
playing
up.
Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a funny game. It's cool. So that's it.
All right. Well, if you're listening to this when it comes out this weekend, hopefully it's sold out at this point. But if you've waited till the last minute, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, fucking get a goddamn ticket. My special taping, February 18th at the Triad Theater in New York City. They're lifting the mask mandate, all that shit. Omicron's a myth, whatever you want to believe that'll get you into the seats. It's going to be fantastic. I'm very excited to get this done and over with, and then looking to the future and writing new bits, because I am sick of this. February 18th, New York, Triad Theater, MikeCannonComedy.com for tickets. And then March 4th and 5th, I'm going to be in Seattle at Laughs Comedy Club. Again, on the Calta Cruise, March 10th through the 14th. Emmaus, PA, March 26th. And then more dates at MikeCannonComedy.com. We're going all over the place. I think Nicole and I are going to Alaska. Haven't heard anything new about it recently, but I think that's happening. Who fucking knows? But most importantly, special taping. Do that. I love you.
Go. Nicole?
Nicole C. Lines on Instagram. That's all.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
And definitely join the Patreon if you haven't.
Oh, right. Patreon.com/scenariopod. 2 bonus epis per week. One like this and another where it's similar to Irish Goodbye. We smoke a blunt with the boys. That's what it is. We just go off on tangents, have a really good time, and it's a favorite on the Patreon. I just put up Heads Up Poker Match with Ari Shafir up there, Heads Up with Mike Cannon, and it's fucking awesome. Super excited. We have a ton of content every single week, so sign up.
Oh, yeah. There's a bonus episode of Snarky, too. Also, listen to Snarky. I forgot to plug that.
Yeah.
Listen to that. All right. This question comes from Dennis. I mean, this name is insane. McGonagall Sensation.
Yeah, McGonagall. That's like from Black Sheep, where he's like, Miss McGonagall? Miss McGonagall? He's
Yeah.
running-
Miss Onaker.
Miss Onaker, Miss Onaker, and he just smashes his head on the tree. God, he's the best.
He's the best.
Love the
What
pod.
happened to him?
Love the pod. Here's the scenario. You have to live the life of either Roger Murtaugh, Martin Riggs, both of Lethal Weapon, or John McClane, Die Hard, pre- and post-movie events. Who do you pick? I mean, John McClane gets fucked with more, but the other two are just like cops that are like,
Yeah.
that are just like beaten down and tired of this shit.
Yeah. They're constantly tired, so I would relate
Yeah.
the most to those
Probably
two.
Mel Gibson, though. He was probably getting his dick sucked a ton. I mean, he was a hunkaroo.
Oh, yeah. With that long hair.
Unreal. The blue eyes, the steely blue, the fucking
Crazy.
grizzled man shit. Like, he was just a dude.
And even like his
That hates
costume
Jews.
in that. Yeah. Like the rest of us. Even his costume.
Those opinions are Brendan Sagalow alone and Brendan Sagalow alone.
These opinions may give you
Brendan
diarrhea.
Sagalow's alone and Brendan Sagalow's alone.
Our Brendan's, that's hilarious.
That's what I said.
That's great. And when he was wearing that costume, dude, with the blue, plaid blue, he looked great, dude.
Yeah.
And that long hair.
Nicole,
Yes.
did you ever have any type of feelings for young Mel Gibson? Like, because that was a Saved by the Bell era. Like Tom Cruise, how like, oh man, or Brad Pitt, like he was
I
the.
think Nicole's too young.
I know, but
Way
did your mom ever put you on to him?
I don't think so.
I think your
like-
mom
like
would probably
vintage
be
cock?
way into Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably were like just coming into consciousness while he was saying, "Hey, sugar tits," and screaming about the news.
Was he like considered a heartthrob?
Yeah.
Was he like on
Yeah, he
all
was
magazine
the
covers and
heartthrob,
shit?
dude.
I think he got
He was like
sexiest
Leo.
man alive.
Yeah,
Really?
a couple times, deservedly so.
He is the sexiest
Bring up some
man
young Mel
alive.
Gibson right
He's
now
very, very short.
on a camel's body.
Wow.
I mean, look at that guy.
wow, dude.
He's a fucking Disney prince.
And then
Yeah.
pull him up in Lethal Weapon because it's a totally different look.
And I
too.
bet he's like, look at how shredded he is. Probably never worked out a day in his life, drank beers all the time, smoked cigs, did coke, hated Jews. It's like, that's the body.
Just living.
That's genetics, dude.
Jesus Christ. And he's like, I mean, that picture specifically, he's like in the middle of telling someone to shut up or something.
Shut the fuck up.
yeah. All right. Well, you know.
That's electrocuted Mel Gibson. I wanted that hair is nuts.
Yeah. I mean, how do you even get that haircut?
a wig.
Feathered. No,
Is
that's
that-
real.
is that a
real.
wig?
That's
No,
real hair.
They added to it.
No.
No way, dude.
Why
Nope.
would they add to it?
No, they didn't.
Why would they add to it? It was the 80s.
That's his real hair. You're an idiot.
Can we get Mel Gibson on the line and ask him if this is his real hair or not? Can we Google it?
You hear my
yeah. Can we Google this?
I'm looking for it. I don't
Google it.
Was Mel Gibson's hair real?
In Lethal Weapon.
At least the first one, because maybe if
Oh, wait a minute now.
well, I'm thinking
This is from
there
the
may
first.
be a loophole where, you know, because that was his style, they may have been like, okay, let's put the.
You think he Andre Agassi?
Yeah, or like Jason Mewes, where like now when he plays Jay, doing Jay and Silent Bob stuff,
Yeah.
he has to wear like a beanie with a wig and everything.
Yeah, of course. That's crazy.
Oh, that's old Muse.
But that's just old Muse.
If you could eliminate one thing you do each day in the bathroom. Sorry, Brendan was repeating Mike's thing, then complimenting him afterwards.
It's just what I do, man. It's just what I do.
No, I like how he's added like a compliment after to be like,
That's
it
very
was
funny.
clearly good.
That was very funny. That was Mike's. In
I
case
had to.
anybody was worried that I came up with that, it was Mike's. Okay.
That was so funny.
If you could eliminate one thing you do each day in the bathroom so you never had to do it again, what would it be?
Diarrhea.
I love diarrhea sometimes.
I do kind of like it sometimes.
I just don't like when it's spicy. That's the worst. When it leaves like
really
a
hurts.
real like hot fire ring around your O.
I would like to not have to. It's those times where you sit down and your stomach hurts, but you don't have to go until you leave and go sit back down on the couch,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
feel like you do. That is what I'd love to
Immediately
eliminate.
comes back too.
Yeah.
Immediately. I know. The unsatisfying feeling of sitting down to what you think is take a giant shit and you just fart for 40 seconds straight.
or like
into
even
porcelain.
like, maybe even farting is okay, but when you're like, this is going to be huge, and then you look in it and it's this
Little
little
pebble.
nothing,
Little
like,
deer pebble.
you're like, it's,
Little diamond.
yeah.
Little dense nug. I bet if you weighed that, it'd be 28 grams.
What's what's not a poop answer for that?
Shaving,
Shaving.
I don't mind shaving.
but it'd be nice
I just trim.
to never have to.
A new razor always feels kind of good.
I like the act of trimming and fading and changing the
Yeah.
clickers and all that shit.
Do you use one of those things where it's like a feather or like, you know what I mean, like and you go like and you put
No.
like from
Like a shaving kit,
like a shaving
brush.
kit.
No,
Brush.
no. I don't. I mean, I don't
You just
have.
put it on your face and
Yeah, because
What is he, a fucking old timey barber?
when
Why would he
you
have that?
some people do that. When you
Who?
go, I don't know, some people.
Who does that?
Andy Hayes just did it in his comedy.
That's where he got it from, and I knew it, and I wanted him to admit it.
And I would have admitted it if it wasn't to prove something. When you shave your neck, do you go like this or do you go like this?
You have to go down first. Going up first is what absolute
Suicide.
psychopaths do,
Yeah.
and then you go
Yeah, I
down.
go down.
Yeah,
You go
why you
down.
have those
You have
pimples.
some. Of
No,
the
I go
mo-
down.
You have like some of the most incredible razor burn I've ever seen on
Really?
your neck, and I can't believe that you're not viciously scratching at it. It's pretty substantial. It goes all the way from.
Oh, wow, look at
from yeah. You're either using the bad shaving cream or a terrible razor because you're.
Probably both.
I mean, are you using
I-
like
if I had to
aftershave
guess-
or moisturizer?
If
or
I
you
had to
just-
guess, he's
Yeah,
using
I use
a
aftershave,
hotel
too.
single
Bic,
razor.
yeah. Like an orange.
Yeah,
bit. Then he goes-
ladies' legs.
He
one.
goes up twice hard and
Yeah.
then bends his neck so that all of
Up
the broken
twice
skin.
Goes up twice hard. No,
It doesn't wet it first.
I use a new
Yeah.
razor. Not every time. I mean, every 2 or 3 times, I will change the razor.
Whoa, that's
Do you
very
know what?
fast.
But do you know
Really?
what you
Razor
should
blade.
do? Because
I
you're
wait
not-
till the thing's gone.
you should just get an electric and just do it at a 0 because you automatically have a little stubble anyway.
yeah.
And that would just remove all of the fucking little.
I have a razor that
Neck-knee.
I had that neck knee, and I did that, but it wouldn't get rid of it, and nothing feels like better than it wouldn't feel as smooth as a razor.
It's too much.
I'll get a new one. I'll go to, you know what I'll do? I'll go to
Too much face.
I'll go to Walgreens or something, and I'll spend the money.
He's just plowing through it to just preserve himself.
I just don't. I don't care. I don't care what you. What
I
you
would
said.
argue you care the most.
Probably. Yeah.
If you had to have your mate get a part of their body pierced, exactly where would you want it to be?
Mate
nipple.
as in wife.
I thought it was like mate. Oh, mate.
No, I think it's friend.
Oh,
Oh.
cock.
Your mate.
Yeah.
Get
If it's friend, cock.
get your
If
dumb
it's-
dick
If it's
pierced.
your girlfriend or wife,
Nip.
Yeah.
I'd like a
nip would be hot.
Yeah. Although I did date a
What
girl
nip
that
feels like?
had a hoop earring on her nipple, and I was like, I don't care for this.
Yeah.
Looks like a pirate tit.
Yeah.
Pirate?
or a door.
Pirate's life
Pirate tit.
A pirate tit.
I think, yeah, if I had, if we had to have Brendan get something pierced, where would we get it?
His elbow flake.
It'd be fun to do neck.
Yeah, I would love actually a bone through his neck waddle.
I would love a bone through my nose. That'd be cool.
You stink.
You stink.
You stink.
You thought of the bone first.
I know, but not through your nose, and I wasn't sincere.
I want to look like Sideshow Mel.
Stuck in your hair.
Yeah, just in my hair.
That I could say. That would
be cool.
That would look good.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Brendan.
Brendan and any part of him.
I actually, you know what? I want a bar from one of your ass cheeks to the other, so
that
just
my-
pushes your butt together.
Yeah, my poop comes out like
two separate
two at
snakes.
once. Yeah, 2 at once.
I would like you to have one of those early 2000s lanyards, but it would go from ear to ear. So it would be a
That's
nice,
cool.
really obnoxious long lanyard.
Yeah, but it's made of this when it goes around.
So it looks like you're just wearing headphones.
I got a
That's
good
fucking
idea.
cool.
I got a good idea.
Yeah.
So for the bar, you have the bar, right? And then in the middle, there's a cookie cutter cutout. So the bar connects here, and then it's like a star
That would
or a
be
moon
cool.
or something.
Yeah.
So then your shit comes
pudding.
out as a star.
We've absolutely done
Silly
questions exactly off that. They go, if there's one Play-Doh cutout you want to do. And you said star.
I love,
Oh yeah,
I love
yeah,
star shits.
yeah, because they're the hardest to make,
If you
and they
could,
would look the coolest.
They would.
If you could only hear one voice that you're familiar with for the rest of your life from the mouth of all people, who would it be?
My sons. I want to figure out a way to make a creepy doll out of his 2-year-old voice.
Like an Annabelle,
Like a
and then give it
forever-
to him at 18.
Like a forever, this is what you sounded like and talked like. Like this is an AI has all of your responses. Type
that's
of
actually
creepy doll.
that's pretty sweet. That's nice.
No, that's creepy to try to freeze him in time,
Depends on the
legitimately.
doll.
But I do feel that
Yeah, now that I think, if you made the doll look like him and everything, then
it would have his hair,
Very
his
creepy.
real hair.
Yeah, I saved it from his haircuts.
What voice? Man, because no matter what, there's not a voice that you could love that won't get annoying if
No, it'll break.
everyone sounds
You have to
like
pick
that.
some very smooth one.
Yeah.
Smooth, relaxing.
Of
I would get mad at Morgan Freeman. He takes too long to say stuff.
course.
Get at it.
Cillian Murphy.
I like that.
That's a good answer.
Because he's quiet, but he has
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
brogue to him.
So the next question comes from Trumbull, Connecticut.
Oi. You all right? I also love, I was telling Brendan, I watched that show Afterlife, which is a great show if you want to, like, just, I guess, just go from laughing to crying to, I guess, feeling like, okay, I guess life's worth living. I knew that, but now I'm sadder. But I do think I love how people in England, when they walk up to one another, like instead of doing like "What's up," like their thing is "All right." Like they just start.
Yeah.
They just ask "All right."
That's
like they're not like
hilarious.
"Are you all right? How are you doing?" They just go "All right."
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do they say in Australia? How's it going?
No, that's what we say here in America.
Yeah.
They say something in Australia.
How's it going? What?
What's it going?
How you going?
They say what's it going in Australia.
What do they say in Australia? What's up?
Hello.
If you could serve one capacity in the military in which you haven't already served, no worries there. What would you want? What would you want?
I got a
to
Purple
do?
Heart.
What would you want? Yeah, but that's just from stress and anger.
Dog bite.
Mr. Cannon, your heart is incredibly purple.
From blunts. It is blunt purple.
from blunts and little angers.
What would you want to
Blunts
do?
and angers. That's gonna be the name of my book.
Blunts
my
and
canon,
Angers.
Blunts and Angers.
What's the question? What military fact?
Yeah.
I want to be a fucking Marine.
Yeah, that seems like the only answer, to be honest.
Yeah.
You want to be
Water?
like, you want to be, well, you're thinking Navy, but also they're all in water at some point. Like even the armies, it used to be like Air
Marine.
Force and the Navy, but they all learn how to do it. You can specialize in
In
little
the
departments.
Navy.
But Marines are like
Bad
top of the
ass.
top. Yeah.
Well,
or
and
like
also-
Navy SEALs pretty good too.
Yeah.
But I bet
SEAL Team 6.
I bet that a Marine looks at a Navy SEAL like, you fucking pussy. Like I guarantee.
They all have their internal squabbles.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
insane how many times I was told to call like Navy gay or whatever, like Air Force
so
or Cox. Like everybody's like, yeah, he'll probably come out with a book and a piece of gym equipment. Use that. I'm like, I don't know what's happening right now. But I mean, there's no part of me that wishes or thinks I could serve in the military. Not one part of me. But if you're going to do it, you should try to take as many lives as you can. So I would immediately want to be an on-the-ground infantry Marine.
Well, I always say, infantry. Okay, so you just want to catch the first bullet.
I want to unload.
I always said I wanted to go to boot camp, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like I just wanted to go to like Army or like Marine, like one of the actual boot camps, and just see. Which, by the way, this week I think 3 people died during like the Hell Week that
yeah,
they
I
do,
saw that.
where they make them for a full week. They sleep like 4 hours
Oh my God.
a day, and then the rest are doing like they're sprinting. They're in the water, in like the ocean at like night, cold water. They have to like lay down in the water and lock arms together, and they're all like, do thousands of push-ups. They all got hypothermia. It's crazy, but it's like and I think it's a 6-month-long thing, but that is the last week or one of the weeks. It's like the final whatever, and that to me, I'm like, man, I think if you come out the other side of that, I mean, you are you're a different person, and there's 100%. Nothing like mentally that you're probably not going to be able to look at like, I can vanquish this because of that.
Oh my.
Do you think anybody gets in that water and after like 15 minutes is like, I'm out?
I'm out.
Like,
This is the last day.
It is not for me.
I'm all right.
I mean,
I
you look
got
at any
everything.
war movie, they always have the scenes of like the people having to ring the bell when they quit, like Men of Honor, great Cuba Gooding Jr. and
Cuba.
Robert.
Cuba.
I'm not doing that. Robert
What?
De Niro. I'm not doing the Cuba Gooding. That's what he prefers. He prefers to.
Oh, you did say that though.
I said Cuba.
No, you said Cuba.
No, I did not.
You
I
did?
purposely emphasized
aren't
the
you-
you because of that.
You said Cuba.
Because
Why aren't you?
Because he's one of those people who came out
Why aren't you?
Why aren't you?
like dozens of years
Why
later.
aren't you?
Like who's John Legend's Chrissy? It's actually pronounced Chrissy Teigen, but like she just said that recently, and you're like,
Nope.
Well, you should have corrected us in the beginning, and now you're like offended, but you're just like, I'll just have to deal with the wrong pronunciation. You go, well, you could have said something in 2000,
Yeah.
and you didn't, and so that's
She
it.
was oppressed back then.
Into being a beautiful model, gets paid millions. It's very tough. But you know, she did drink a lot, which is why that's when she was tweeting. So can't judge her. If you could, if you could eliminate,
Been there, sister. I too have been carried off the set of Wildin' Out.
Was she?
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
I love
That's not
the
public.
way this question. Whoever wrote this book, it's like, it's very fun.
Okay.
So if you could eliminate forevermore one cause of death on Earth, what would it be? That's a good question.
Forevermore.
Forevermore. One cause of death.
Knife through the ass. What's that guy's name?
I could
dude.
never know.
Not Khashoggi. That's too recent. But who's that warlord that got knifed in
Genghis
the ass?
Khan?
Nicole, Google
so funny,
Google
though.
warlord knife in the ass. I promise you're gonna come up with it. You'll know who he is. Jeff Ross dressed like him for the roast.
Muammar Gaddafi?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember him from
got a
Deep
knife
Inside the
in the
Rabbit Hole
ass?
because we had some moron guy on our show who was like, Gaddafi was a great man. He had the sweetest oil. We're like, shut the fuck up.
That is so funny though. If you're getting, you know, you don't even know that it's been abolished, the knife in the ass. So it's like, oh my God, I found myself in the worst position. Like, what are the chances that you find yourself getting stabbed in the ass and then it's like cling, and it's
That
like,
would be cool.
yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, what's one? But I think there's been probably 7 people in history that have been killed that way.
Yeah, but I
so
don't like thinking about it.
I think I'm trying to find one that would.
Illness.
One. Well, one that couldn't affect. I don't want to affect me. Maybe like
COVID.
ALS. Because that's a tough. ALS is tough. Like
Yeah.
or like Lou Gehrig's disease. Like having a thing where body part by body part things just shut off and don't come back, and you're like, God damn it! Like that's worse to me than Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's affects the family, but you're like, I'm living in 1986. You're like you just you're out.
What's that one where you like turn to glass? Is that ALS?
I think that's the
Nicole, look
movie
up- is
that the movie
Unbreakable.
Glass?
Look up glass disease.
Nicole hasn't been looking at any
Not
of these.
one of
though.
these.
She just goes, yes,
Jamie,
Yeah,
glass
yeah,
disease.
yeah. She goes, no problem, Candy Crush.
Nicole, can you pull up a supercut of Brendan saying the N-word?
What would you pick?
Illness. All illnesses.
How long do you think that supercut would be?
1,000,000 miles long. At least an episode of Joe Rogan Experience.
It would just be 4 times repeated.
It would be longer than a reel.
So that it wouldn't be
Yeah,
able
it'd have
to
to
go
be
up on Reels.
IGTV.
Yeah, it would get buried in the algorithm. I would say illness so that all old people eventually have to be murdered.
So you would eliminate elderly. You would eliminate aging.
Aging, yeah.
That
I mean, you would
is
still
the
age,
shit, man.
You'd still age.
As soon
but
as
you
ev-
can't die
Yeah,
unless
you
somebody
can only
takes
live
you
till
out.
100. You can only live till 100.
And then it's Purge City for you.
Then the angriest of us get to murder you. So we don't do
it's
it.
funny to say that about age because when watching Afterlife, right? The season 1, he asks out the woman who works at the nursing home, and they go on a date. And I was, I'm talking to Erica, and I'm going like, she seems like really old for him, doesn't it? Erica's like, I was just thinking that, like, she seems like she could not play his mother, but like somewhere in between where you're like, she seems very old for him. And then we looked up the thing. She's like 14 years younger than him. It's
Oh my God.
crazy. I think she, you know what she has? She has the old person wrinkle lips, like the vertical wrinkles on your lips.
A lot
It
of
just-
lemons.
It just makes
Yeah.
you. It just
Always
makes
on
you,
lemons,
It
yeah.
just makes you old.
Yeah, it's not a good
Well, and Ricky Gervais is also a shape-shifting lizard who is eating babies.
You know, he's
but
been married to
stay.
his
No,
wife
he
since high
hasn't.
school.
He hasn't been
Oh no,
married.
they never. But I mean, he's been with her for
Yeah.
that. He said they don't feel the need to ever have that. But he's. It's so funny. I watched him talk about like when he describes atheism. By the time he gets done with it, you're like. I mean, I couldn't possibly have a retort that sounds as intelligent as what you just said, and anything I say is going to sound fantastical and silly compared to the logic that you just laid out, and I don't want it to be that way, but yeah, I mean, that's probably the most plausible. What you just said makes everyone smarter. The opposite of Billy Madison. What you just said just made everyone
don't
around it.
like what I learned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not happy, but you're right.
God damn it. All right, we got time for one or two more. If you had to choose the best book in history, which book would get the prize?
The best book or your favorite?
The best book in history.
Best
Jeez.
book in history.
Brendan's is like
My diary.
April 93's highlight magazine.
Yeah, this is tough because I
The
think
Berenstain Bears?
I think because together we haven't read nearly enough books to make even one educated guess.
Yeah.
But let's make three.
The TV Guide.
Let's say it has to be
The
an
Bible.
actual novel.
Yeah.
It's a good choice.
The Quran.
The Quran.
The Hooray.
What?
I don't know. Because Quran and then Quran and then Hoorah and then Hooray.
I forget.
That's
the
where my
book
brain
I'm looking for, and it's not going to be worth it.
I don't know. I really haven't read that many books. I
You
read
know what
the
I'm gonna-
auto.
Dianetics.
Scientology.
Yeah. I knew it wasn't going to be worth it.
We'd already done 3 religious things in a row.
Yeah, we got lost on a whole
And then you
Quran
had to look
Hooray
it up. Yeah.
situation.
I don't know if it was the research or the exhaustion of the bit, but between that and the two, there
Didn't stand a
it
chance.
was poor little guy never stood a chance.
Little fella.
Poor Junior.
Toots.
I'm gonna say, even though I didn't love the book at the time, but I do feel like just from was that a dinosaur screaming? Sorry, there's a pterodactyl flying down Bleecker Street.
I would choose.
I do think. I feel like that hurt your throat.
That sounded
It
like
hurt to
it
do, and it did. was
tore
not
your
worth it.
esophagus, dude.
That hurts. That's good. Oh, that sucks.
That sucked. So I was turning this down.
That was pretty good, though. Right? Nicole?
Nicole has her fist against her face. I don't know if she's
Dueling dino noises?
I would.
Title.
I'm gonna say a book like, and this is having read very few books. I'm gonna say The Great Gatsby. And I didn't even like The Great Gatsby, and I fucking
Suck.
hated the movie that Leonardo DiCaprio did. But the book itself is, I think, such a like that story is such a great. It's universal of like. Person who has all this money in the world, but they're lonely, and then they covet somebody else's love, and they would give it all away just to be in love. Like it's like just like the story of that and what that means. I think is probably pretty up there.
Nah.
The favorite book that are used red flags.
The Great Gatsby.
And again, and I said I
28
didn't like
favorite
it.
books.
I didn't like
Huge
it.
red
But
flags.
people who
Number
are
one
like,
is The Great
I fucking
Gatsby.
love it. It's,
Can you say why? Why is it a red flag? I'm curious.
The image is no longer
Oh,
available.
the guy who writes in one sentence.
What does that say?
So you can show me your dissertation on.
Ugh, this person sucks.
Yeah, that guy sucks. Shoot.
Unless you can show me your dissertation on Tom Biz's biceps or something, that means you stopped reading in 10th grade. So,
Everybody that works for BuzzFeed should be executed publicly.
yeah, I'm totally okay with that.
If you had to choose the worst book ever written, what would it be? I would pick that BuzzFeed article.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
that guy's done. Fuck him.
Fuck him. All that guy's tweets. Suck my balls.
Suck on my bowels.
I think that's the show,
I think so.
everybody.
Thank you for hanging out. Tell your friends.
Spread the word. We're getting bigger by the week. We love you. Keep coming out to shows. You're the best.
See you next week. Bye. Here's the Scenario is Mike Feeney, Mike Cannon, and Brendan Sagalow. Executive producers Robert Kelly and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button Podcast. For more information about the show, visit here'sthescenario.com.
The scenario.